It's Harry from The Sun.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to come along and support farmers.
How do you think it's went?
Well, I mean, it's too big a crowd to have a march, so that's...
Probably more volatile world than we've lived in for many decades. It is absolutely crucial that we have a strong relationship, that strong special relationship forged in difficult circumstances.
The real reason I bought it is because I wanted to shoot.
But you oppose what the government's proposing?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, as I've said, the past.
Jeremy Clarkson has thrown down the gauntlet to Keir Starmer, challenging him to spend just 1 week working on a British farm. As Starmer squirmed under the pressure, Clarkson argued that only by experiencing the harsh realities firsthand could the Labour leader truly understand the crisis facing agriculture. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But Clarkson didn't stop there. He extended the challenge to all of us, urging viewers to educate themselves about the struggles of British farmers. Are you up for it? Can you go 1 week actively supporting local agriculture and demanding action from your representatives? The future of British farming might just depend on it. Every week, another 12 British farms shut their gates for good. This staggering statistic underscores the gravity of the crisis engulfing the UK's agricultural sector. Farmers across the nation are facing a perfect storm of challenges that threaten to upend centuries of farming tradition and jeopardize the country's food security. Rising costs, unfair trade deals, and punitive inheritance tax policies have created a toxic environment for British agriculture. But it's not just market forces at play. Government policies are exacerbating these issues, pushing farmers to the brink. The looming US-UK trade deal, for instance, threatens to flood the market with cheap, lower quality imports like chlorinated chicken and hormone-fed beef. This could potentially destroy what's left of British agriculture, forcing even more local farms to shut down. The human cost of this crisis is devastating. Farmers are experiencing relentless stress, with some tragically taking their own lives. The mental health toll on rural communities is immense, yet it often goes unnoticed by urban policymakers. This disconnect between Westminster and the countryside is fueling a growing sense of abandonment among farmers. But the impact of this crisis extends far beyond rural areas.
And he said, but if they say this out loud, or if they go on a march, they are told by the London elite that they are far-right extremists or racist thugs.
The real reason I bought the farm was because I wanted to shoot. So I thought if I told a bunch of people that I'd bought a farm so I could shoot pheasants.
But in the budget, which was probably the toughest, I'm really pleased that we were able to put so much money into the National Health Service.
As farms close and food production dwindles, the entire nation faces the prospect of rising prices and reduced food security. The fragility of our food supply chain has been exposed, and the consequences could be dire if action isn't taken soon. The situation has reached a boiling point. Over 20,000 British farmers are reportedly planning to descend on London in protest of the government's budget decisions. This unprecedented show of force highlights the desperation felt across the agricultural sector. If their demands aren't met, farmers warn of potential chaos across the nation. The threat of halting food supplies altogether looms large, raising the specter of empty supermarket shelves. As the crisis deepens, an unlikely champion has emerged for the farming community. Jeremy Clarkson, better known for his work in automotive journalism, has taken up the mantle of agricultural advocate. His hands-on experience running a farm has given him unique insights into the challenges facing British farmers. But can Clarkson's star power and no-nonsense approach cut through the political noise and force meaningful change? The clock is ticking. With each passing week, more farms are lost, and the threat to our food supply grows. The question now is whether politicians will heed the warnings before it's too late, or if it will take empty shelves to finally spark action. As we transition to examining Clarkson's crusade, one thing is clear: the future of British farming hangs in the balance.
Apart from the quinine in the tonic, otherwise everything else is British. Help yourselves, grab yourself a pint, grab yourselves some great food, enjoy yourselves, it's a nice day, and there's no traffic chaos. It was, as I understand it, it was a very rushed last-minute decision. And I think, we all make mistakes in life, and I think it's time for them to say, you know what, we...
Going to descend
I'd rather vote for my dog than Sir Starmer's merry bunch of ideological nincompoops. With scathing words like these, Jeremy Clarkson has plowed headfirst into the battle for British farming. But what transformed this petrolhead into agriculture's most vocal champion? Clarkson's journey from top gear to top farmer has been nothing short of remarkable. Once known for his love of fast cars and politically incorrect quips, he's now knee-deep in the realities of modern agriculture. His show Clarkson's Farm has given millions of viewers an unfiltered look at the challenges facing British farmers. From battling bureaucracy to wrestling with unpredictable weather, Clarkson's hands-on approach has resonated with audiences in a way that politicians' speeches never could. This stark contrast between Clarkson's mud-caked boots and Keir Starmer's polished Oxfords hasn't gone unnoticed. While Clarkson grapples with real farming issues, Starmer is perceived by many as detached from rural concerns. Clarkson has accused the Labour leader of being more focused on optics than action when it comes to addressing the agricultural crisis. Rising costs, unfair trade deals, and inheritance tax issues are just a few of the problems Clarkson believes Starmer is failing to tackle. The impact of Clarkson's Farm on public perception can't be overstated. It's brought the harsh realities of farming into living rooms across the nation, educating viewers on everything from crop rotations to livestock management. This newfound understanding has led to increased support for local farmers and a growing demand for British-produced food. But Clarkson's crusade isn't just about education, it's a call to action. He's using his celebrity status to amplify the voices of farmers and bring greater attention to the agricultural crisis. While some question the effectiveness of celebrity advocacy in driving political change, there's no denying that Clarkson has forced the farming debate into the mainstream. As tensions rise and the crisis deepens, all eyes are turning to the impending confrontation between Clarkson and Starmer, with Clarkson describing Starmer as a card-carrying socialist supported by a vegan, Britain-hating BLT plus army with a rainbow flag. It's clear that sparks are set to fly. The stage is set for a showdown that could reshape the future of British agriculture. Will Starmer rise to Clarkson's challenge, or will he falter under the pressure of a man who's traded his racing gloves for work boots? The consequences of ignoring the farming crisis could be catastrophic for Britain's food security. If current trends continue, we might see a future where supermarket shelves are bare and reliance on imported food skyrockets. This isn't just about farmers losing their livelihoods. It's about the entire nation's ability to feed itself. So what can we do? Support your local farmers by buying British produce whenever possible. Engage with your MPs and demand they prioritize agricultural policies that protect our food security. And don't let politicians off the hook. Hold them accountable for their promises and actions regarding farming. As we wrap up, consider this. What kind of future do we want for British agriculture? One where family farms thrive and our food supply is secure, or one where we're entirely dependent on imports? The choice is ours, but time is running out. Will we act before it's too late?